Hey, what is up guys? My name is Mason, and in this video, as you can see by the title and thumbnail, I am going to be unboxing a lot of stuff I bought from GameStop, some retro games, aka vintage software as listed on their website. They send it to you in nice little boxes for you, all packaged up, and it's pretty sweet, although I have heard different stories on the condition and the state of the games that you get, whether they are in a case or with a manual, or if they're scratched up or if they've been resurfaced. And that is why I am doing this today myself, to find out whether or not buying video games, retro video games, from GameStop is actually worth it, because for most collectors they want an intact, complete boxed game, and they of course do not want it all scratched and dinged up. So I'm gonna see if I got all of the games I ordered completed or not, and as a control, I ordered games listed on their website, both pictured with the case and manual and just the disc themselves, to see whether or not it makes a difference and if the picture itself actually determines whether or not you get a boxed copy. So I also want to mention there are some eBay pickups in here as well. The bigger two boxes, as you can see, are the GameStop boxes, and they are the heftier of the two, and I have a wide variety of games: Xbox Original, PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advanced, even some PlayStation 1 games in there as well, maybe some GameCube. That may be the next delivery. I've ordered some more ahead of time because I'm sure you guys are going to want to watch more of this. It's very popular on YouTube, and I'm very interested in doing this myself. I'm starting collections. I'm a brand new video game collector, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So here is the first big box. This is the one that I got a few days ago, and I just got a second box today, so that'll be here for this opening as well. But I spent close to $200. I'll put the total here on screen and the number of games that I got just from GameStop. The eBay pickups will come last as more of like a bonus deal for you guys if you choose to stick around that long. But this first box, I believe, is just original Xbox games, and as a reference, just hoping that I got all of the games I wanted included in their boxes, these are just 5 random Xbox One games, and as you can see, the box is definitely big enough to hold at least 10 games in boxes. Now these aren't the exact same size as original Xbox games, but I don't think it really matters. I'm sure that I will at least get half, that's what I'm hoping for, of the games that I ordered in their box and in good shape. So let's go ahead and cut into this. I'm really hoping the more expensive ones are in the box at least. For any games that are loose, I'll just put them in a game wallet, and I will make them whole by purchasing manuals and cases off of eBay. They do package it pretty well from what it feels like, and we got some of this big, like, inflated air packaging stuff on top. Alright, I'll go ahead, let me take this out. This is my receipt and everything. Alright, so here is the return label that they give you in the box, but also that is the list of games and the total for this order specifically. And I'll have all of the prices and what condition they were listed as on the website all down here in front of you guys, so you can see and compare as we go throughout the video. But this is what the inside of the box looks like after the packaging is removed. So I do have some loose games. Let me go ahead and count them up. I want to say I got maybe 5 boxed games, hopefully. Seems like less than that, actually. I got, if I can get my hands under there, I got 4 boxed games, so I was close, and this order was 10, I think. But we'll go ahead and start with the boxed games first. This first one is, I believe, Time Splitters. This was just a game that looked very interesting to me. I've never played it before. It's somewhat pricey, if I remember correctly. And it comes with no manual, but they also send it in another sleeve for whatever reason, so that kind of stinks. But again, any game in this unboxing that isn't complete, I can go through to game stores nearby and eBay and make them whole, so it's no huge deal. But really, it's only worth buying from GameStop, from my opinion, if you get everything and if the game is just significantly cheap to begin with. Some of these games are cheaper on eBay, some of them are cheaper from GameStop, so it really just depends. Simpsons Hit and Run. This is a very good game. I actually played it on PlayStation 2. I'm getting a lot of glare because it's very sunny outside, so this is my first video, of course, as you can see. Simpsons Hit and Run looks like we do get a manual. Again, the game is in a sleeve, and it looks like you can get manuals, and it's in really good shape, actually. I'm so not used to moving left and right. It's the exact opposite on here. It's funky. But yeah, that's cool. So the manuals do actually have a chance of coming with it. It was backwards. But yeah, there you go. So that's awesome. Next up, we have Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart. Okay, I have Crash Bandicoot Team Racing for PlayStation 2, or Crash Team Racing, whatever the title is. But I really wanted to get this, and there's a massive sticker on it. It looks like they come in the condition that they were traded in. I don't think this is a GameStop specific sticker. It just looks like a piece of tape. They may have just covered up like the old price. So the cases can come in varying conditions, it looks like. Again, just the game in a sleeve on its own. That kind of stinks, but I'll just have to go through after this video and find all of the replacement sleeves and manuals that I can. Oh, and here we go. We have an Atari anthology. I'm not a huge Atari gamer myself. I would never collect for it. I didn't really play it growing up, but that's exactly why I wanted this, so I could play a lot of awesome Atari games. And surprisingly, this is one I didn't expect to come complete. It came with the manual, because this is somewhat rare, and the game itself in a sleeve. I'll have to check out the conditions of all of these here in a minute. And now let's go to the sleeved games and actually see what we got here. This is quite a lot of games. I'm actually going to have to go through and make a full game out of a lot of these, it looks like. And they all come in Ziploc bags. Alright. So this first game is, I believe, Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball. And this is a big collector's... And this is a pretty big game to collect for the original Xbox. It's just pretty popular because of the booby animations. So that's really the only reason I wanted to pick it up, because it's such a hot game and it will probably grow in price soon at some point. But that is by itself, so I'll have to find a case and a manual as with the rest of these. And I had 4 in cases. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games loose in Ziploc bags. So that's kind of rough. I'm not over 50% in terms of complete games, but we still have a whole nother box to go. And here we have The Warriors. This is one of my favorite games growing up. I used to play this at my buddy's house along with Halo 2 and Fusion Frenzy, but we have a copy of that game somewhere in the next box, I believe. So hopefully that turned out good at least. But The Warriors, I'll have to find a manual in case for this, which really stinks. I was hoping this one would come all together, although this one was pretty cheap, so it shouldn't be difficult to find replacements for the game itself. And moving on, we have, this looks like Twisted Metal, possibly? I don't think I ordered a Twisted Metal for this. No, it is not Twisted Metal. It is Ninja Gaiden Black. This is an Xbox exclusive. It's by itself. I was really hoping this one would come with a case and manual, because it's an Xbox exclusive. It's kind of pricey, at least to what I remember. Again, everything will be down here so you guys can keep track. That kind of stinks. Here we have Outrun 2. I have been trying to get my hands on Outrun 2006, the special edition, the Coast to Coast edition, but I settled for just getting Outrun 2 because it's a good racing game and I wanted to play it in general. So there it is, the game all by itself. Let's see actually here as to whether or not if these games look really bad. This one looks really good. It's not perfect. You can see a few light scratches. You'll never be able to tell that on there, but it looks rather good. So if most, if not all of the games are in this condition, I can't really tell if it's been resurfaced or not. It doesn't seem to have been. If they're all like this, that is okay with me. It actually makes it kind of worth buying the majority of these games because, again, they're cheaper on GameStop's site than eBay. So moving on, it depends on whether or not you want the full thing. If it's 10 or 15 or 20 extra dollars on eBay to get a full set for a game that you really want, I would just go that route instead of taking your chance with GameStop. But this is more of a test than anything. And here we have the Capcom Classics, wrong way, Collection Volume 2. This is also a very popular game. I think this one was pricey too. Kind of stinks that it came by itself. This one's somewhat rare, I think, and finding a box and a manual is going to be tough. But I'll just have to stick all of them in the wallet. At the end of the day, all of these are going to be played. I just bought an Xbox One system because I grew up playing it and lost mine. And the Xbox, in my opinion, the original Xbox, is what I like to call a party system, and you can have 4 controllers, so this is really going to be to play with friends and family and whatnot. So at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it to me. Kingdom on Fire. There are a few different versions of this, I think 3, but I just wanted one of them to test it out. I saw some gameplay of it and it looked pretty fun. The condition of the disc is also very good. This one looks to have been resurfaced, but as long as it works, I don't care. It was very cheap, $4 or $5 maybe. Just wanted to get it and try it out, but I have several friends and other collectors who have said it is worth getting them. I don't know if it'll be worth getting the box and stuff for this one. It's not really crazy expensive, and I doubt it will ever go up in price. But that is it, guys, for the first box of all of our loose sleeves and 4 actually semi-complete, 2 complete and 2 semi-complete boxed games that we got. So we're going to move on to the second box now. Let me just clean up real quick. Alright, here we go. Box number 2. I believe this is PlayStation 2, original Xbox, and Game Boy Advance games. I think the GameCube games and PlayStation 1 games come in the next delivery. So again, if you guys like this, make sure to rate and share it, and more importantly, subscribe and comment down below and tell me you want more, and I will absolutely do so. And I'll get into the consoles as well. I plan on buying a GameCube from them to go along with the GameCube games, because I don't have one of those either. The GameCube, just like the Xbox, is a party console to me. It'll be to play with friends and family and pretty much nothing else. I think it's a great console. I don't plan on having hundreds of games for any of these consoles, just small collections that I like to play myself. And this is looking good already. I think we have more boxed games in this one than we did the other one. Okay, we also have a lot of loose games, though, and the Game Boy Advance games don't come with boxes. Of course, I expected that. But here is the label and whatnot for this order, and there you have it. If you can see that, again, everything will be down below. So yeah, you can return any of these if you're not happy with them, which I may do. I'll have to go back and check how much money I lose. But I think I'll just keep everything. So we got Sly Cooper. I used to play the crap out of this game. It's really hard to see. And there's another big black sticker on this one, so I guess they go through and they cover old prices, because that's where the price would be if you were to have it in store. And they were selling this under like the pre-owned or vintage section. But that kind of stinks. I'm gonna have to go through and use some like Goo Gone or something and get all of that off. But we got just the game on this one. I'm so not used to this. No manual, so that kind of stinks. But it's all good. This is just, again, a game I want to play in my own spare time. We have Ratchet & Clank Size Matters with another big black sticker. This thing kind of getting on my nerves. Oh, and thankfully we got a manual with this one. We got the game, of course, and we got a manual. The manuals are always hard to find spares on eBay and at stores and stuff. I'm still currently looking for a manual for the original Ratchet & Clank. But I'm glad it came with this one. Size Matters is one that I used to play on the PSP. Did not have a PS2 copy, now I do, so that's awesome. Here we have Dark Cloud 2. This is like 20 bucks, I think. And it's actually a little bit cheaper on eBay, and you're guaranteed the manual. Does not feel like there's a manual on this one, sadly. There is not, so this kind of stinks. I'll have to find a manual. Hopefully they're not overpriced if they're floating around by themselves. But it did come in the full case, which is awesome. It's not a Platinum Hits or a Greatest Hits version, but I'm not one to care about red or black label games. Some people are. And we have one loose game. Alright, so we were almost 4 for 4 on the complete games, somewhat semi-complete. But it looks like God of War, which is the last PS2 game I got, because this was the first and really only God of War game I really truly loved. It just got me hooked when I was younger. Of course, the newest one, God of War 4, I really enjoy, but this one is just by itself, no case, no manual. Looks good. Doesn't look like it's been resurfaced. But that's it for the PS2 games. Pretty happy with that part of the order so far. On to Game Boy Advance games, which of course I figured would be by themselves. No big deal. I have some protective cases coming for these, so that's what I'm going to keep them in to display and whatnot. Banjo-Kazooie. This is one of the Banjo-Kazooie Game Boy Advanced games, and it looked really fun. And I'm super excited to play this one. I got a Nintendo SP. I'll probably do an unboxing or something of that. I've just been all out spending lately on vintage consoles and games, so I'll make sure to unbox all of it here and show you guys. But yeah, Banjo-Kazooie for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. I got the SP because it can play all of the games from all of the different libraries. and of course it's the most compact, and it doesn't run off of batteries, so that's a huge upside, at least for me. Moving on though, I think I got 5 or 6 Game Boy Advance games. Naruto Ninja Council 2. Now this looks like an epic game. I watched gameplay on all of these to make sure they were worth it. Again, I don't plan on owning 50 or 100 or more games for all of these different consoles. It would get crazy expensive. If I find time or garage sales or something to pick up a few extras and it's just cheap and they look like fun games to play, I'll of course be doing that, but I wanted to just get a few different games from different areas, fighting, racing, and whatnot, and kind of be able to have fun playing all of them. So Naruto Ninja Council 2, this one looked awesome. So that's the second one. Next up we have Crash Bandicoot Huge Adventure. This looked incredible for a Nintendo SP handheld game. For a Game Boy Advance game, I thought it was awesome. And the cases, by the way, they look pretty good on here if you care about the backs and the sides and whatnot. The labels are all in good shape. But yeah, for a Crash Bandicoot game, I thought this looked awesome for a handheld version. I grew up playing the heck out of Crash Bandicoot and I loved it, and so I wanted one to go portable with, and that looked like the right one. There are not that many, there's a few, and that looked like, to me, the best one to pick up. And we have 3 more games. Let me go ahead and grab this one first. Something popped up on my computer, ignore that. Alright, and here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, TMNT. That's awesome. I'm so sorry for the glare, guys. I mean, this is awful. I'll have to do a better job in my second video. This just looked like a fun game. I've never played any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game for real, other than like at a friend's house or something, but another fighting game that looked interesting and fun to play on trips and stuff when I'm on a plane or something. So that's really the reason why I picked that one up, and it wasn't all that expensive. Next up, you can't go wrong with really any Mario game except Dr. Mario. I think that's like the worst Mario game ever. We have Mario Kart Super Circuit. I just wanted, again, something simple, and a lot of these games, a lot of Mario or Nintendo specific anything dealing with Wario or Mario or Luigi or Kirby is just crazy expensive. I'm talking 30 or 40 or 50 bucks still just for the cartridge from GameStop. So I just wanted to get a basic one that I knew I would really enjoy. And finally, I think this is the last one. Make sure I don't throw any of them away or anything or forget. Donkey Kong Country. This is another game that I feel like I just had to have. You can't go wrong with a Donkey Kong game, and Donkey Kong Country is my favorite. The first one, I like 1, 2, and 3, but I just really enjoy this game, and the music is awesome. I also want to check on the back end whether or not these are fakes. I don't know if you could fake Game Boy Advance games the way you can NES games with like ROM hacks and stuff, but I'm sure you can. So I'll do that on the back end and let you guys know in the comments below whether or not I just bought like a bunch of fakes. But that is it for the 2 big GameStop boxes. So altogether, not too bad. I'll put some analytics and stuff here on screen of the prices of everything and how much it'll probably cost me to get replacements and extra cases and manuals and all that. But altogether, I don't think the haul is that bad, and I got some pretty awesome games. We did get a lot of sleeves, so I was kind of worried about that, and it looks like I was right. You don't get that many in-box games, and of course with the manual I only got like 3, which kind of stinks. And then I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Game Boy Advance games, so that is awesome. Really happy about those more than anything, because worrying about the box and things like that isn't really a big deal. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 disc games only, so nothing else to go along with these, but none of these I believe are too terribly expensive and they should be easy to replace. Let's go ahead and do quickly a couple of these eBay packages that I bought. We'll just do this single sleeved game first and see what it has to offer. I'm pretty sure this is my Conquer copy. Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorite games. If you've ever played the original Conquer, which I can't remember what the exact name of it is, this is the second game that they came out with a little while later on the original Xbox only. It's an Xbox exclusive, and it's super bloody and gory and mature compared to the original, which I think is Bad Fur Day now that I think about it. Conquer Bad Fur Day. Conquer Live and Reloaded is the sequel, and this came from eBay, and so I knew what I was getting my hands on. Came with the disc, it's in good shape, and the manual. This is an expensive game. It's like 30 bucks on the low end. And then finally, again, I have some more packages on the way, but this is it for this unboxing. I have one more small eBay package. I don't recall what this one is. My eBay's been acting up lately. It's not telling me what's delivered until like 2 or 3 days after I get it, and my shipping info on my purchased section just doesn't match up with what I'm getting. And so this could really be anything. I'm not sure what game it is. It may be a PS2 game because I don't think I've bought any more Xbox games. It didn't seem that heavy, but I got Doom 3, the collector's edition. It was super cheap and it came in a lot. This whole lot was purchased all together for like $30 flat with free shipping. So it was worth it to me. And while it's not my favorite game or the best looking, or really there's nothing special about Doom 3 to me at all, it's the collector's edition and I wanted it. It'll be cool to display. I love metal cased games. Here is my Fusion Frenzy copy. Again, this glare is ridiculous. I gotta fix that. This is in box with manual. This game was like 8 bucks. It's super cheap for how awesome it is. This is like a really rare hidden game in my mind. I think it's incredible and anyone should have it. It's a great party game and you really can't go wrong with Fusion Frenzy. It's one game and for $8 you get like an absurd amount of mini games. I don't remember the exact number, but it's epic. And then we have Stubbs the Zombie. This is like a $50 or $60 game on the low end, depending on where you get it from and who and what condition it's in. But the guy who sold this lot, sorry for you, dude, I didn't want to tell you, had no idea what he had his hands on, and I got all 4 of these games for 30 bucks. And so this game alone, if I decided to resell it, would pay for everything and then some. But I'm keeping it because it's a very rare Xbox game and the price is only going to go up on it because it hasn't become backwards compatible yet, and I don't think it will because not that many people know about it. And finally, the only PlayStation 2 game in the lot. Man, this game brings back memories. I got Rocket Power Beach Bandits. This game is awesome, or at least from what I've seen. I used to watch this TV show a lot back in the day, and I saw it on eBay in this lot, and I was like, you know what, it's just a bonus pickup, because really I just wanted Stubbs the Zombie, but you can't go wrong with a Rocket League game, and I looked it up, and it looked really fun. It was like a skating, racing game, just like the TV show, so I'm excited to play that. But that is everything, guys. We are done here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I think I got a nice big lot of games for the price, and I'll put the total GameStop and eBay totals all together here for you guys on the screen just to show you what I've paid in the last 2 weeks. I had to wait a couple days to get everything in, but that is it for our in-case games. Not bad. And you saw the Game Boy and disc-only games. And that is it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please rate, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in another video. I have plenty of stuff coming in soon. I plan on unboxing some of my vintage consoles and going through. I plan on doing repairs on different consoles and whatnot. So if you want to see stuff like that, please rate, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in another video. Leave me any comments down below, anything you want to see, anything you liked or didn't like. Again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go now. Peace.